Andrew, and what are your thoughts on using blurred background?
So it depends on your situation. Ideally, I would say you can always have something that looks very professional behind you, but realistically, many people are just in tiny apartments or they're in situations where they can't have a great background. Maybe they have a small house and there's kids behind them and things. So if you can't have a professional background, my suggestion is generally to do a blurred one because the reality is we can't always have, one of those huge bookshelves behind us. So it can be a good thing. That said, it does depend on the kind of interaction you're having. So if we're talking about an interview where it's really supposed to be professional, sure. But if it's a situation where you're really trying to build a relationship with somebody, then unblurring your background can be a really useful thing. There's research that shows that when people have things in their background that you can relate to. So if you're interacting with a parent and you're a parent too, and you happen to have a number one mom or number one dad mug behind you, research shows that that helps build trust. I would never recommend it because you never know someone's political interest. But again, research shows that when you have things indicating your political interest and it matches the person you're talking to, then that builds trust. So I would never recommend having things that show your political interest in a workplace, but it gets to this idea that if you can show some personal things that a good amount of people would potentially find relatable and aren't controversial, like politics, for instance, that can be a good thing. Showing your life, showing your background is a good way to get people to trust you. And again, yeah, there are trade-offs. It might look a little less professional, but it's going to make the other person feel like they really got to know you because they learned something about you, who you are as a human being beyond just your work facade.